Okay, I said my other channel's name. I got like 4 channels, y'all. I said my other channel's name, but this is Tony's Right. So, I kind of did tell a little bit hodgepodge video that I'm gonna post for Monday. A little bit about my internship, a book that I got, creating my website, and other stuff. So this is going to be about my courses that I signed up for. So I am taking 3 courses. I have taken 3 courses every semester from my second year onward. So my third semester onward, I have taken 3 courses, which is the max that they want that you can take basically. So I came into the program. So let's back up. If you are new to this channel, my name is Tony. I'm an MFA in creative writing student, specializing in poetry. That's my concentration. Cool. Boom. You got it. So I took 2 classes my first year per semester, 2 and 2. Which is a good thing. My grandmother passed away the second semester that I had. So my second year, processing all that stuff, I was happy to have taken only 2 classes, and one of the classes was a memoir class, which got me to write about my feelings and process what was going on with that. So I'm really happy that I didn't stress myself out in that way. But after my first year, I was like, am I on track to graduate in 3 years? I looked at the schedule, was like, I looked at the schedule and was like, no. So I decided, was like, I'm taking 3, and I've been taking 3 ever since. Are they dragging outside? They must be dragging. Not like in my neighborhood, but like several streets over. Because there's like a little shopping mall, and people meet up a lot around there, but it's pretty close that you can hear it. So if you hear anything like revving or anything beyond, that's what that is that I know of. But yeah, so I have been taking 3 ever since. And so my final year is no exception. I haven't taken any summer courses and stuff like that. I just have not wanted to. And like, I feel like financially, I would have to fiddle with the financial aid to do that. And it's just like, I don't have fucking time to do that. Okay. Anyway, so I'm taking 3 classes. So let's get into the classes. The first class I'm taking is a screenwriting class. I'm very excited about that. It's online, and it's actually the later of the 3 classes. It's like from 8 to like 10ish, something like that. But I'm excited for that class because one of the things I'm interested in is writing in different like genres and forms and things like that. And so writing, like playwriting, screenwriting, fiction writing, nano fiction, stuff like that. Like, I'm interested in writing across those things, and I'm excited to kind of see how my writing translates for those things. And what I probably will do, because I've been trying to do it for a while, I'd like apply for this thing in my city, and I probably will apply next year because have graduated. We're not gonna let this opportunity pass again. So I applied last year to do it, didn't get it, and then this year came around and I kind of like forgot about it, and it was going to be the same idea but not developed. And so this isn't screenwriting, this is a playwriting thing, but I want to do that. And so I'm going to learn how to like playwright, do some online courses and stuff, and then also try to get into screenwriting as well, because I feel like my big thing for me is that I like translating my work into different things, and I'd like to see what gets lost and gained when I translate my work into something else. It can be another like medium altogether, like a board game. I don't know. I'm just giving an example. Or it could be like a poem that I turn into like a screenplay or something, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what is gained and lost when I do things like that. So that's kind of my goal, and that's kind of where I am with my writing website. That's kind of how I'm gonna like push, that's what I want to push forward. And so developing the content around that will be great. because once I graduate, I will need a full-time job, and then I'll also be taking a break before law school, and I need to take as much time to develop this website as possible so that I can market myself with that website, stuff like that. All right, cool. Boom. Is this the book that I designed? No, this is not the book I designed. I was like, what book is this? Okay. Okay, so screenwriting, that's one. The second is like is like about short novels, fiction, and stuff like that. Essentially, it's a book a week, and I'm like, oh. I heard this teacher is really nice, really cool, but definitely has a workload that will run you ragged. And it's kind of funny that I chose them my final year because I've never had this teacher before. I've never had 2 of the 3 teachers that I've chosen for this semester, so I'm excited about that. But like, they gave the teacher gave the list, and I was like, oh my god, girl, like what? Every week for like 15 weeks it's a book, but because it's short novels, I'm assuming that it's going to be like 150 pages and under, but it's just kind of like securing the book is kind of like my thing. So it's kind of like I gotta secure the book, and it's like, do I want to borrow the book, or do I want to like, do I want to borrow the book, or do I want to buy the book? Because if I borrow the book, I can't write my notes in it. I can't write in it or edit it or change or do any like physical markings on it. But then if I don't like the book, I don't want to have bought the book, and then I don't like the fucking book, and then I'm just looking like, can I return this shit within the 21 days? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if I want to spend my money every week on a new book, but I'm also kind of like, libraries are one of those things where, well, both of them are kind of like wishy-washy, because it's like, okay, like the libraries may not have it, and then Amazon may be out of it, and then your Barnes and Noble or your like Books a Million or whatever Border. Do we still have Borders? I don't know. I don't think so. So there's that. But I'm excited because I'm a poetry writer, so I got this book that I like showed you in another video. I want to put it up here because like it'll be the screen, it'll be just my look, that is the thumbnail of this video, and then like it's not a surprise in the other one. But yeah, I wanted to read some fiction. When I was younger, I used to be a fantasy writer for fiction, and so I lost that thirst for reading fiction. I lost that thirst for reading very, very large books, very long books, very complex books in that way. I feel like reading poetry is simpler, but it is quite complex, very much so. And so, like, that's where I'm putting my effort in as far as reading a lot more, because that's where I'm trying to go. So primarily that's where I'm trying to go. So there's that. The last course I'm taking is my thesis course. So my thesis course, this is part 1 of my thesis course, and then 2 and 3 are kind of like concurrent. I think I want to say concurrent. They're not simultaneous, they're concurrent. So one will start, finish, and then the other one will come right behind it, and then we'll be done. But I'll have other courses to take with it anyway. So that's thesis. So the teacher I've had all 3 years, and this is actually the poetry professor. So the poets have their own thesis person that they're going to be working with in terms of generating your ideas, doing your workshops and stuff like that. And I'm happy about that. That's kind of my person. So I really like working with my professor, and yeah, I'm excited about that. So those are the 3 courses that I'm taking. I'm excited. And then kind of like a little bit of my schedule is kind of like a cluster. It's kind of like the middle of the week is when I'm doing stuff. And then like the weekends is kind of like I'm trying to pit stuff around. So that's kind of how it's going. I am really excited about this year, and I can't wait to finish. I feel like I'm getting more and more excited because I only have 2 weeks now until I start. Yeah, it's really 2 weeks until I start. 2 weeks, 2 days until I start. And I'm just really excited. It's a long journey of me having written stuff before I even like got here, and so it's kind of okay. I'm so happy. Anyway, so those are the courses that I'm taking. If you're in your MFA program thesis year, what are you taking? And if you're in an MFA program in general, what are you taking? I would like to know because not every program is the same. So if your thesis year, how does thesis year for an MFA writing student, what does that look like? How does it differ from what I've mentioned? Because some may go into a deep period of like, you have to write a really large thesis, and that's like the only thing you're doing your last year, right? Like I watched someone who does an MFA and they're in their thesis year, and so they're like figuring that out, you know? And it's kind of just interesting. I don't know. All right, thanks for watching. I'll talk to you.